athletic program is one of those pieces that colleges and universities over the years have used to enhance enrollment and the student experience on campus. And what we've discovered is our athletic program is already a very strong program. By joining NCAA and moving in the direction of expanding our sports and the offerings that we have in our athletic program, what happens is the number of students that are interested in athletics begin to rise, as well as students that are interested in a college that pays some attention to an athletic experience. Whether they're going to be athletes or not, they're interested in attending a college that has a part of the activity is the athletic program. So quality athletics, quality students in the athletic program, a big part of this whole plan to grow our enrollment and to grow, I think, the experience, the SWU experience for our students.
With the recent transition to NCAA, Southern Wesleyan University, specifically looking at the admissions office, has seen some great positive trends in our numbers, with an increase in our applications, admitted students, and most importantly, our enrolled students on campus. We've seen that increase come not only from our athletes, but non-athletes as well, outside the state of South Carolina, and even with the international students as well. These are positive things we're really excited about. With the transition to NCAA, we're seeing a higher caliber of prospective students that are taking a serious look at Southern Wesleyan University. And we're excited to work with those students and help them through the admissions process and ultimately find out if this is the right institution for them.
So we've just hired a new compliance director. His name is Drew Sanchez, and comes and joins us from Marquette University, most notably after completing his law degree. One of the things that really stuck out for us was the fact that he is now a lawyer, and the opportunities for us to be able to put him out in front of people, and it has a certain level of credential. It really has already elevated us in the stature, not only with the NCAA, but in the conference, where people just look at it and go, man, only D1 schools do that. Well, that's one of the things that we've tried to really tell people about Southern Wesleyan, is that every time we are going to be asked to do something, we're going to do it, but we're going to try to do it at the top level, to be excellent with everything that God has given us. And so to have Drew here, we believe that it does take us to that level. It does make us a trendsetter within D2. It does really bring some sense of professionalism to the table. His experiences have been with D1 institutions, and so he brings ideas and new opportunities for us to think about, and it's challenging us and stretching us. But I hope that we do that for him as well, and I know that we will.
I graduated from Seton Hall University in 2012 with a degree in sports management, and while I was at Seton Hall, I really enjoyed the sports management field. I wanted to keep working in that. So I went to law school at Marquette University, where I graduated in 2015 with a sports law degree. And during my time at Marquette Law School, I interned in two Division I compliance offices, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and Northern Illinois University. And during these two internships, I really enjoyed learning about the NCAA rules and regulations and getting to work with student athletes and staff, and I knew it was something I definitely wanted to make my career. And when the opportunity arose at Southern Wesleyan University to become the Director of Compliance, I knew it was an opportunity that I had to seize on, and I've really enjoyed my time here at SWU so far. Currently, SWU is in its final provisional year of seeking full-time Division II membership. And during this time period, the NCAA comes in and runs what's called a compliance blueprint review. And this entails the NCAA coming in and making sure that Southern Wesleyan University Athletics, Compliance Department, and all other departments, academic records, financial aid, registrar, are all operating the way they say they're doing in their manuals. So what they're doing is the NCAA will pull a few student athletes from our squad list. They'll go to each different department and they'll ask them, what are the procedures that you do? And so, for example, in academic records, they'll say, how do you evaluate transfer credits? How do you say you're doing it in your manual? How do you do it in practice? And I'll walk around with the NCAA to each department, and I'll explain, what they're doing. They'll explain what they're doing, and also what my department is doing. And overall, it's a way for the NCAA to look at Southern Wesleyan University as a whole and how they're supporting the athletic program. So the NCAA will then evaluate Southern Wesleyan, give them tips what they're doing right, make sure they're not doing anything majorly wrong, committing any major violations, and it'll be kind of the final review for Southern Wesleyan and their athletic program and compliance department as it transitions into full-time membership starting in 2016-17.
There are various number of projects going on now. The most notable one at the moment is tennis. So finally broke ground down the tennis complex. There'll be 6 new courts that'll be fully lit. And actually even an availability to an opportunity to expand it in the future, to add a 7th court that would give us a championship setting. But for now, to be completed in October, and hopefully by the spring, beyond those courts competing in Conference Carolinas matches. Recently as well, added to the track and soccer complex, and so bleachers and a press box, which will be fully operational by homecoming, which is the end of October as well. And that has given us an area for between 250 to 300 fans to sit in the bleachers, as well as a press box that can service both the track and the soccer field, as well as in the future our lacrosse field that will go in on the opposite side. On the opposite side of the track and soccer complex, currently there's construction on a new practice field, which is primarily for men's and women's soccer, but would be just a grand flat space for a number of different teams, as well as our community. And so as we continue to build and build and build, we will continue to invite our community onto these new facilities so that they could come and be involved in recreation themselves, as well as to be able to watch their little Johnny and Susie participate in club sports, recreation sports with the town and the city of Clemson and the town central.
Athletics is a great tool for fundraising. Now, one of the things you discover as you do that is that it primarily raises money for athletics. But it can branch out into other kinds of interests as you get to know donors in a new way. People like to see their resources converted into something either visible or tangible in many cases, and so athletics is a great platform to make that happen. So as we move forward as adding these new teams for track and field and also for tennis, we've needed facilities to do that. So the advancement office, president's office, has been pretty much involved in working with athletics and raising the resources to make those things happen. We didn't want any of that coming out of general budget. We knew that it had to come out of support. So the community support for that and the support from brand new donors has been outstanding. What happens then is they come to the ribbon cutting ceremonies, they're part of this process, and then they get more connected with Southern Wesleyan, much more than they ever thought they would. And they buy into the mission, they buy into the vision, and they want to continue to be in contact, find out what else is happening. So it is a great platform, not only then for athletics, but does move the institution forward with great new friends and opportunities.
So as we've made this transition from candidacy year 2 to now provisional status, and then a year from now to be in full membership of the NCAA, we've really taken a hard look at how we run our Warrior Club. Looked at other D2s that are comparable and tried to mimic, as well as maybe even match or exceed what some of the other schools are doing. We've already rolled out a corporate sponsorship package, which would allow corporations, businesses, agencies in the area the opportunity to be involved with Warrior Athletics. And for them, they would be able to be on the website or a banner or some exposure for them to be seen. But really it's this partnership between, again, the town, the city, the businesses, the people, and Southern Wesleyan. And so the Warrior Club looks to enhance that opportunity, as well as individuals, parents and grandparents and just other friends, an opportunity to be a part of that club, to get some sort of privileges back, whether it's a hat or a polo shirt, but for them to know that their monies go to further enhance the time that a student athlete has here at Southern Wesleyan, whether it's for 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years. It just continues to give them that A+ experience. And so that's what the Warrior Club will do. We're hoping to roll out the official version here in the next few weeks. So we're excited, and we anticipate that our Warrior Club current members will be excited, but that will have more future members join us as well. Team SWU is a hashtag that we use an awful lot when we use social media, but it's also more than that. It really encompasses who and what we are, right? And so if we were to form this team, which we have, and we look at just athletics, we're asking each of us to be excellent in those areas and to buy in and to lean forward and to risk something. And so we're challenging ourselves within a department to be bigger than that. So Romans 12:5, to be part of one body, that all parts are important but yet we need each of those to fit together in harmony, in unison, and what we would call a team SWU. Right? And so we're challenging our coaches, our student leaders, our teams to really embody that throughout the year, and that what we read from the Bible out of Romans 12:5 becomes what we live. And so we are going to continue to try to show love to one another at the same time that we're showing love to those around us. And the hope is that people will see that and it's contagious and that they want to be a part of that. And we're seeing that already with the university, from these fields where people are coming and the track where they're walking and they're sensing something different, right? And so they want to be here and they want to walk on that track, and then they sense that they want more. So they lean forward and they risk more. And we're saying to our community, come on, come on. Christ risked it all for us. Here's how we're going to show you Christ through the offering of walking the track, building this facility, not only for us, but for them. And so we're hoping just in our small little world of athletics is that we can show that to one another. It becomes contagious to our university. More and more people come in and want to join the team, and that they're a part of that, and it becomes more and more contagious as we grow our university, grow our community, and that we can go out and impact once we graduate, once we move on to another place, that we're impacting the world for Christ, all because we're willing to be part of the team SWU.
Well, we talk quite a bit about where we're heading as an institution. And three elements have really come to the forefront in that conversation. The first is inventive learning. And that really ties in nicely to what we're already talking about in terms of what innovation looks like in higher education and how higher education needs to change. It's one of the organizations in our country, one of the elements in our country that just has not changed as rapidly as others with technology and with all of the challenges that occur in our country. And so for us, inventive learning is a big part of this. And I'm excited to see that the faculty join us and start talking about ideas and creating new majors, new programs, and then the experiential learning components that tie into those majors. To me, that's what puts rubber to the wheel and to the road, and it gives an opportunity for students to really get hands-on experience with what they're studying. The second sort of element for us is a faith-filled community. More than faithful, faith-filled. In other words, where students understand what it is to fill other people's hearts and minds with the good news. And so that filling process, I think, should be a pretty exciting one as we kind of move down this path in growth. The last one is to be a contagious generosity type institution. And for us, contagious generosity is really sort of this tag piece that's being tied more and more with Southern-Western. And that's just contagious with time, it's contagious generosity with our facilities, with our people, with our ideas. We want to be a leader, and we want to make a difference in this world for Christ by really honoring Him with these ideas, with being faith-filled, and with being generous with what He's provided. So I think the future is bright because of that. And in essence, it's sort of rewriting the future of higher education as we move through this. We don't have all the answers, but we certainly have a lot of questions that I think will find answers. And as ideas start to come to the top, those ideas will be supported, and the sky's the limit.